Either way, we are going into our pistol round. Punisher with the kit and the smoke. We do have Tau on the other side, who has dropped a P250 over to Furlan to allow him to try and tank this round. And he will pick up a smoke and a flashbang to boot. Looking like a faster play towards this B site initially. Are just going to be leading the way. Furlan trying to find the opener. Actually, there's nobody here. They're just going to allow them to take the site. This is a straight up retake. The smoke has fallen onto the door, and yeah, it's going to be a long flank coming in from Windigo. It's a good thing they do have a kit, as they have completely abandoned this site, and I imagine that AGO are a little bit confused at the moment as to what's going on. But already, Furlan, the only one with any ranged weaponry, is going to be sat back relaxing. Looking to try and do some damage with this P250. It's Groovy to do the damage on the other side. Ooh, Furlan! That is tanky as hell. Manages to pick up a double headshot, and it will be trades back, but only Victor remains. Groovy there to close, and it will be AGO to take themselves the pistol. That was beautiful from Furlan. That's why you give him a P250. That's why you give him a P250. That was sick. Windigo looking to try and bounce back straight away. Investing in with CZ's a Deagle. I wonder if there'll be any further investment from Spallan. Or if he's going to save for the AWP. Obviously, Bobble's normally the one expected to purchase it, and he will just buy up a Deagle instead. But still saves a little bit of extra cash. Where are these teams from? One is from Poland, the other is from Bulgaria. Straight away, T's quickly pushing in. A lot of this is going to come down to Spallan, and the rest of the team have rotated in. He's going to spam away, but it's Victor to actually net the frag, and this is turning into a bloodbath with Punisher coming out on top for the majority. PHR will be able to trade back one, but it's left on to Snatch You. Only has 5 HP. A singular bullet from, well, any gun will be enough to take him down, and he's going to go on a long rotation back. Careful, even just dropping down could be enough to kill him. Has eventually got himself a freebie here. Ships has to be careful. We're going to know he's there, but turns around. That's a little bit of luck that goes a long way, and Windigo will take themselves a secondary round. That's happened twice now. AGO winning themselves the caster. Winning themselves the caster? I read the chat and then, like, said what I read. Winning themselves the round, and then losing the follow-up. Damn it, you made me go full potato. Just needed a second to, like, catch myself there. Right. CT side, they've bought into this one. 8 out of 10, 2 points lost for going Spud. Yep, I can give you that one. 4 Spy will be in from AGO. They're going to look to try and work this with the pistols, just as their opponents have done. And actually, that's not a bad start. Oh, come on. Is this just turning into Pistol Strike Go or CZ Go? As many have been calling it, because this is the way it's going. Punisher. Can he do anything with the MP9? The Shredder. He's got control of the bomb. Doesn't really need to fight this too much. He's a bit worried about the flank coming in, but instead will just go to meet the flank. Rifle has been picked up. The Punisher. Come on, let's do it with the Shredder. Picks up the rifle instead and will win it. No pistols for you. AGO, Windigo take the round, and Punisher. I like you. I like you, Punisher. MP9. Destroys those dirty, dirty CZs. That was sick. Great round. HP 1. I don't even know. Was that true? Most handsome man are like, that's a push. Combi's the Punisher. Ah, I like it. Caster equals poop emoji. I actually quite like that emoji, so thank you. Close but no cigar for AGO. And now we got the triple Shredder. The MP9s. Eventually that will catch on. Costa Rica's Batman Hugo equals Robin. I'm not sure he'd be too happy with that comparison. Should be an easy round for the CT side. Again, it's AGO getting themselves into such strong positions and then seemingly throwing them away. And they could have won the last map if they just didn't lose that second round. They were so far in the lead. But either way, Windigo, they're going to be 3-1 up. T-side will now be able to buy. They'll have the AK-47s. Did you put the... Caster curse. They'll still probably go through. There you go, Torres. Now I put a double curse on it. What you gonna do now? Can you plug your Twitch stream? In the chat? Sure. I don't see why not. I don't know if you'll get banned for that. I don't make the rules, so you'll do it at your own risk. 2 MP9s kept by the CT side, and they don't have that much spare cash. So, realistically, they're still needing to win this round. Ships only manages to spray down one. These are still looking to try and force out here. They've taken quite a bit of damage, and a full rotation is coming from the CT side. Utility pretty much expended, but Tau with a nice shot will at least give them the man advantage. A second from Snatchy, and although Punisher comes in to try and deny the bomb plant, he will fail. There's only going to be Spallan remaining. 1 versus 3, and he's not even going to try it. I think that's probably a decent call from him. They'll have enough money to buy off the back of his save. And it is going to be 3-2. AGO bounce back. My Instagram, Tom, and then my surname, BISSMIRE. There you go. That's my Instagram. It's pretty much just me saying, like, we're posting stupid pictures. But, yeah, if that's what you want, then sure. If you want my Twitter, you can type !caster. And Spallan! Oh, no. Is he going to get all? He's going to get all 3. Dirty, dirty round. Spallan has just removed so much money from the T side, and well, they're definitely going to buy now. Spallan can actually drop an AWP if he really wanted to, and the rest of the team are going to be able to buy comfortably. This is a chance for a complete reset, although I will say the CT side are in a similar case. They don't actually have much money themselves. In fact, 850 is all that remains. Spallan is going to be playing the AWP himself, going for the aggressive peek over towards long. Punisher up close with the MP9. I love the MP9. You missed out an M and an I. But already, Spallan will find the opener. Actually falls back onto another angle as well. Will eventually be forced off it. Punisher, the MP9 king, the maestro, the man who has pretty much showed us how it's done. And it's going to be ships to already find another one. The reset looking likely unless AGO can turn the tide fairly quickly in this battle. I feel like Windigo, they've been such a strong T-sided team. We saw it on Train. Saw it on Inferno too. You have to sort of wonder that if they get too many rounds on this CT side, this may be over before it really begins. PHR manages one, but Bubble still just lurking on the site, and he has support from Spallan as well, leaving just Tau remaining in a 1 versus 4. 40 seconds left on the clock. We'll peek out in Netta first, but the trade is simplistic, and it will be traded back. Here you go. This is how I can... I just spelled my own name wrong. There you go. Full sellout mode. I don't have to say it. That is the only time I'm going to do that. T-side, they're actually going to fully force. I'm not surprised. It's not a good scenario for them. Money is at an all-time low, and the CTs actually didn't have too many players surviving, so it's not going to be like the craziest amount of money built up for them either. You're funny, Gabby. You're funny. You're funny. I'll find you. Think you're cool, don't you? You think you're cool, like, asking me again? Do you know any Polish words? I know that there's, like, a biscuit called, like, kadajinki or something. I like that. There's a pierogi as well. I know food. Does that help? T-side, they've gathered up towards A. Minute left on the clock. And still quite a lot left to do. They've got a singular smoke ready for the door. Other than that, well, what can we really expect? Punisher only going to get one, but there's so many players already here. Orb from Spallan is not going to miss, but Furlan will net one. Remember, this is a full investment, so although damage may look pretty, ultimately they need to win the round. Snatchy has given them some hope. Finds one with the MP9. Will be Victor to close it. As said, it looks good. It's like, hey, pistols, 3 kills, it's not bad, but ultimately the T's now can't buy, and there's a chance for even more money to be made by Windigo. Food looks good. Yeah, the food was hella good at that food festival. Props to my girlfriend for taking me, because I don't have a clue. You're not my friend, you are my brother, my friend. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I like the dumplings. They're good. They did. The ones I had did make me feel a bit sick. But it was one of those things where I was like, I was eating them. I was like, these are nice. And afterwards I felt sick. But I was like, you know what? It's kind of worth it. I was at Copenhagen Games, yes. Casted the final with Scrawny. That was a lot of fun. You're my sister. That's news to me. But here we go. Aggression going to be coming in. As said, there's barely anything in this round, and while ships, he's using the shredder. Yes, like the shredder. See, my life will be complete when a pro player changes their MP9 name to the shredder. Now, realistically, there's a couple of pros I could ask to do that, but then I feel like that's cheating. So, you know. Furlan. I was about to say got a rifle, but he also then got shot. Tau manages to do a little bit of extra damage. They're at least keeping the CT economy honest. But other than that, shouldn't be too much more here. He's retrieved the shredder. You've heard it called the sewing machine. By who? Do you strive to be the next Anders Bloom? I don't want to be Anders because obviously we're not the same in terms of casting, but I'd love to be as good or as successful. Sure. The thing is, I think with casting, the people who succeed are not the people who are like somebody else. Because ultimately, the question was, do you want to be like Anders? Why would I want to be like Anders? You have Anders. I'm never going to be a better Anders than Anders, because Anders is Anders, so me being better than Anders as Anders makes no sense. But me being me, yeah, sure, I can do that. I just wanted to try and make that sound as confusing as possible, just for anybody wondering. But the T's now have themselves a bye. It's 6-2, a strong CT start already. And as said, I fear that Windigo's T side may be enough to take things over the line. So AGO, they're going to need to come up with a response fairly soon. And by fairly soon, I mean now. And deception, yes. I love this corner. This is one of my favorite spots on this map. It's one that, even though it's so common, still is sometimes not checked. And I feel like a Molotov thrown into that corner can save you so much in terms of being caught. This is going to be that push back in now. Tau leads the way and finds the opener. Punisher will be there, catches one a second as well, but the man in the corner still lurks, but it's only going to be a 1-for-1 trade, and that really wasn't enough. As it is going to be into a 1 versus 2 push out. Spallan can't quite manage it, and AGO are back on the board. But is this going to be a similar scenario to what we saw on Train? where they just get reset again and again and again. However, the CTs, I think they may have taken this tactical pause to actually discuss whether or not they're going to buy here. This is the decider map, yeah, so this was actually picked by nobody. Was banned down and the last one remaining. Here we go, though. CT side are going to force. AWP picked up for Spallan, who's been excellent so far. Ships will have a rifle. We'll juggle over an MP9 to Punisher, who's been more than happy to play with that weapon. But it is crunch time. AGO, if they win this round, they're right back in the half. Windigo win it, they could take themselves 9+ rounds fairly easily, as the economy will not be there for the majority of the half. Ready. Ships. You can definitely see the potential for some aggression here from Windigo. They don't have the range in terms of weaponry, so they might as well try and take the fight if they can drop a gun. But definitely up thereby quite significantally. Barcelona lost to Celta Vigo. Tottenham drew with Brighton, so I can't really comment. Snatchy up above. He's already going to spot one. The trade not going to be met either as Bubble. Well, he gets away just about with his life. The flashbang is good, but they're just avoiding them. There's one of the players avoiding the flash every single time. Already, Grube going to be doing the work. Punisher with the MP9 once again. Already gets 2. I love it. 3 kills for Punisher. That's how you use the shredder, boys and girls. That is sick play from him. 45 seconds left on the clock. Grube now going to be the only one left and has to try and retrieve it. Punisher, what a machine. 7 and 3. The reset comes in again. MP9, best gun in the game. Who needs a CZ? Get out of here with that. Get out. Get out. Get out. Which map do you think will be updated next? Probably Nuke again, when they realize it's still bad. Tees, they're going to force. No surprise, they ran out of money once again. Going to shut down Spallan, though, and that's AWP. Hey, that's not bad. That's pretty much the best weapon they could have hoped to get so early into this round. And they're going to be thrown over. Takes a bit of a chunk out of Grube. Victor is starting to lose life himself. This is worrying and... oh, okay. Counter-Strikes is back with the CZ. Ships is the only one remaining. And he's praying for a miracle through this smoke. I like you too. Norsey Slaw? I've probably butchered that. Why is Nuke still bad? It just is. What nationality are they? Windigo from Bulgaria, AGO from Poland. Best caster is Sadikis excluding you. Oh. He is an excellent caster, no doubt about that. Ships just going to hold on to his rifle. Hi, Rathafade? You don't help Valve much by saying it's just bad. I don't think Valve are looking for my opinion, to be honest. There are people who have gone in depth as to say why it's not a particularly good map, but they just don't care. Furlan, he's going to get knifed by his teammate. It's another 4 in. Windigo have already got a 7th round, so I say they're going to be pretty happy with this half no matter what happens. Gonna go for a long stack this time. Ships will be the only one with a decent buy. Punisher does have a rifle. It's weird, this is the one time he has a rifle. I was kind of hoping for more MP9 action, but you know, you can't have everything you want in life. The Mirage and Cash need texture updates. I honestly don't really care about texture updates at all. Most of the time, all it does is create more bugs because they've just created a texture that you can't see through or something's really broken. So, yeah, I don't care about texture bugs at all. Or not texture bugs, texture updates. Bubble, looking to try and do something with that deadly CZ, and he gets a fadeaway headshot, as you do. He actually does get one-tapped because of the knife kill. Let's just throw that in there. However, it looks like his teammates are going to be cleaning up the remainder, and the rotation already coming in over the bomb. It'll be a fairly late rotation. Groovy, almost gets the timing onto Spallan. Now, I wonder if that will give away any information as to where this push is actually coming in. However, it doesn't seem so, and Groovy just going to be looking to try and shut things down. Spallan left with only a P250 and nothing else. And it will be 7-5. AGO at least winning a round with a few players alive, and now the CT side, they can't really afford to buy into this one. So this is a chance for AGO to actually still have a chance of winning the half. Aggression over towards long will be met with death. Simplistic round in the end, and it will be AGO to net a 6th. Pause going to be called a tactical one up from Windigo. They're looking to try and win this half on the CT side, and I'd say they probably earned it. The reset round's definitely helping them out, but this one right here with the CZs, that could have been their chance to run away with it. Instead, AGO are right back in this map. I do still think that AGO are going to have a tough time holding on to Windigo's T side. That's normally where we see them thrive, the Bulgarians. I think Bulgarians and T sides just in general, they're so aggressive, individually skilled. Do you think there'll be another Counter-Strike game? I have no clue. Absolutely none. Buff the Tech 9. I don't know. Because the thing is, no one uses it, so it's difficult to say if it's actually any good. It's not, but at the same time. Do you think that Europe will ever get, what, 128 tick on MM servers? Probably not. Valve just don't care. CT side. Limitations to their buy, obviously not much in terms of utility, and they don't have a kit either, so if the bomb goes down, time will be a ticking. Ship's going to use the smoke. Okay, that's not a good spray. Luckily, Bubble will hit the shot instead. Nice shot from Grube as well. Using that M4 to its full potential now that there's no head armor on the majority of players. He's even going to hit a second as well. Pop flashing out. Grube just shutting things down, and Punisher will be the only man left alive into a 1 versus 3. A lot of work still to do. Punisher just looking to save the AWP. It is looking like the T side should be there to take the remainder of this half and actually win it overall, especially considering they were, what, 7-3 down? Or even 6-2 down? Definitely looked like Windigo were about to run away with this, but the win in that pistol round once again seems to be a problem for Windigo. Teams of potential to... See, the difficult thing is, a lot of the time you're going to see players stolen away from, like, the teams that could, like, realistically do it. I think Imperial have a huge amount of potential, but I feel like if they ever got to a point where they were, like, good enough, someone like Esperanto would just be stolen by one of the bigger organizations. So I don't know. I think saying that I think that, like, Valiance has a chance. I think that they've got, like, a decent organization behind them. They're willing to grind. They've definitely got the effort. They're starting to make it to more events. I think that they could do it. I'm just... It's difficult to say once they get to a LAN event. Any players, well, SB is definitely one of them. I think he's an insane talent. Brolin as well. Oh, Victor almost manages 2. He was the man with the pistol, but this is just beast mode from Furlan. 3 quick kills on the site, and it will be a decent comeback from what was a 7-3 position 5 rounds in a row. Give AGO the half. Now they look to go in onto their CT side and continue that streak. Yeah, I think someone like Brolin is a good shout. Frozen, for sure. I think he's a tank. Been a bit more quiet recently. Who's it? Like Zaiwu. I'd love to see what Zaiwu would do on like a bigger team. Furlan is a lobs off. No! But Fragsters. Fragsters impressed me recently, actually. I think Stown is great. I think his brother is pretty damn good with the AWP. Bubsky had a great tournament, or Bubsky. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Here we go then. Pistol round. An important one for either side. A great way to kick things off. Snatchy will be able to get one, and it's Furlan and PHR already doing so much damage. Ships will try and hold on, but it's not to be. AGO kick things off with their second pistol round. Of course, it's been the second round, so they've really struggled with converting. How did you get NATO to cast LAN? I asked him if he wanted to cast. He's someone I've been friends with for quite a while. It was actually... when I first started casting, or went to submit like a clip to a company, I casted an MM game and he was in the game, so I asked him to have a look at it and he did. And then when I started doing a bit better, I sent him messages on his stream just like, hey man, I'm doing well, and ended up just talking to him, and he was one of the people who helped me at the very beginning. So yeah, met him a couple of times, got on really well, and he is just a wonderful person. So there you go. Asked him if he wanted to cast a LAN, he was free. And he said yes. So, yeah. Mr. NATO Sapphics, ladies and gentlemen. Someone who I will be supporting for time to come. And I wish the very best to him. I hope he succeeds. Either way. He's actually in this group. So, we'll see if they can come back. They'll be playing tomorrow in the lower bracket. And we'll be playing the lower match against the loser of this game. So... But here we go. Range battle going to be a bit of a problem. FAMASes or FAMI. If you get 5 FAMI, you have a FAMI Lee. Still one of my favourite jokes. Awful, but I like it. Snatchy on the site doing work. Victor will be able to trade one back, but this time it's looking like the CZs are not going to be enough. Spallan, how do you win that battle from there? That's impressive nonetheless. He actually manages to get a second as well. Still, it won't be enough. 10-7. This time the conversion comes in for AGO. It's just going to be, what, a pistol or two. Spallan spends the extra money he just made into a deagle. Pause going to be called. Is it based off ping? No, I don't think so. Oh, TeamSpeak. Somebody's just had a pizza delivered. What do you think of Fnatic Academy? I actually haven't seen anything of Fnatic Academy in a while. He's almost too nice. Yeah, I haven't seen Fnatic Academy since Golden left. So, yeah, I've been... I'll be honest, they've flown under the radar. What do you think about VP's form? Very inconsistent, but when they're on point, they're on point. It's the same as ever, really. I don't think anything's changed. I don't think anything will change. Switching one player never really seems to be enough. Like, normally you have to change multiple players. Unless, of course, one was recent, then you can argue. But I think if you just change one player, you just play the same style and just try and fit that player in. You try and force that player into the role, which... I don't think it works. Whereas if you switch multiple players, it makes you change. Snatchy, here we go. This is just the slaughter we were looking for. The MP9 back again. Victor, oh, that's just not fair. He's going to get dunked. PHR finishes things off. 4 players survive as well. Now we get the buy from the T side. AWP unlikely unless it's going to be glass cannon. Another pause. This time it's tactical. You're back with a 6th and 7th bit. Are these just today, or are you including the ones from yesterday? Articulate well, thank you. What's your favorite lineup of Fnatic? Probably the one with, like, the one before Dennis joined. So with, like, Pronex, JW, Flusher, Crims, Olov. That was probably my favorite. Because I just loved that they could be 14-3 down. A tactical pause would come in. Do you know, I genuinely believe that I got to a point where they just said nothing. They just won so many times that they just went, you know what? We're going to win now. We'll just sit here. We'll just chill. Have a little bit of a stretch. And then they'll be like, yep, we're going to win now. And that was just my favorite thing. It didn't matter what position that Fnatic was in. They could still win at any point. And so, yeah, that was my favorite of all the rosters. Are you casting Sprout versus Extardus? I will find out after this one, but I think so. Oh, Gamers. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't follow much of Gamers. The only person I really looked towards from Gamers was Carcass, and that's because he's a friend of mine. And him, if you haven't seen the clip of him skiing and going, I don't know how to stop, it's the funniest thing I think I've seen in, like, years. It was so fun. I've watched it about 200 times, and I still laugh every time. However, something that's not a laughing matter is the fact that one of these teams is going to be qualifying through to that playoff stage of the StarSeries qualification. Of course, there is a chance on offer to get to it. The $300,000 LAN, which will be played in that best-of-3 format. And while Ships, he wants to kick things off. The T-side trade effectively early on. The push going to be coming into drop, and Victor already captures Grube as well, leaving a lot of this defense onto Snatchy with the AWP. CT side, they don't have a huge amount of money saved. Oh, just going to be waiting patiently. But it is the T's now getting the bomb down. CT's just going to save. I think that's the right call. They have enough money for a couple other players to buy, and PHR will be able to buy one for his teammates. So AGO will still be able to buy into the next round. And, yeah, Windigo are going to get themselves their 8th. It isn't over just yet. What do you think of Space Soldiers, and do you think they can win a tournament this year? Yeah, I think there's definitely some, like, DreamHack tournaments they could win. I think it's going to be tough for them to take a big tournament, but if they do get a run, then for sure. I think their biggest mistake, or not biggest, like, failure so far was not winning WSG. Huge amount of money on the line. They had themselves a massive lead, and they allowed Fnatic back into it. I think that's what has to be said. Obviously, Fnatic played incredibly well to turn it around, but that should have been Space Soldiers to win. Who said they couldn't stop? Carcass. Carcass said he couldn't. Yeah, that is so funny. Why push on the CT side? Catch him off guard. Surprise factor. Here we go then. Pause. Is this attack? Yep, it is. T side calling in a tactical pause. Obviously, chance for them to be reset. Obviously, keeping 4 players alive does give them a decent amount of economy back, but they don't want to be losing a round here. It's getting too close once again. When you're drunk, you can talk English more easily. That actually makes a lot of sense. I feel like I've met a lot of people, especially obviously since being in Ukraine, that their English is actually very, very good, but because they believe it's bad, they then will not want to talk too well. So it's quite a weird scenario. So that makes a lot of sense. Who is the commentator? Exclamation mark caster. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Well, it'll tell you my Twitter, which will then tell you everything you need to know. As said, though, this is a pretty integral round for either side. Both teams with economic problems if they lose this one. T side, they'll be a little bit better off. Obviously cheaper to buy on the T side anyway, and also they just have more cash. So, more money equals more likely to buy. He's playing very patiently in this scenario, although Victor is going to try and make some noise. That's what he's doing. He's being loud, he's being irritating, and he's just trying to hold people over towards that A site, which he is somewhat doing. There's only going to be 3 players here, one of them in the drop. Grube going to have a lot of work to do with 45 seconds up and coming on the clock. However, can they do anything more? Spray going down, but ultimately Grube is going to know that that was just a bait to try and cover the footsteps as they drop. Still going to have a man just waiting patiently, but with 30 seconds left on the clock, they really do need to get their move on. A little bit of aggression coming out, and Snatchy actually still has a smoke here. If he throws that down, this really could be problematic as the T's now look to push in. Victor goes through. In the corner, he catches one, but the CTs are doing a great job of shutting this down. PHR with one more, and Punisher just has no time. He looks to try and make things costly, but he fails. And it is going to be 12-8. Now, this is what I talk about. Like, they have just about enough that they can invest, although Punisher will be in trouble and ships as well. By the looks of things, I'm actually going to give Punisher the rifle. That's interesting. Who have they given? Is Spallan going to play with the CZ? Punisher has been playing pretty well so far, so I can understand that, but interesting that it's Spallan to actually take the hit here. Maybe just thinking he can do more damage with the pistol. This is it, though. If the T's lose this round, the game may just slip away from them. AGO looking strong so far on that CT side. There we go. Victor already kicks things off. First kill goes the way of his team, but the Molotov holds the rest of them back. Spallan has managed to find one more, and he actually gets 2. Maybe just using that CZ for fun, as he's already crushed a lot of this defense. Bubble tries to catch one on a fadeaway, but ultimately they're going towards the A site now. To try and just hold in on to the remaining players. Snatchy will likely just try and save his AWP, but Windigo have bounced back just enough that they are going to be surviving just that little bit longer. Snatchy, no real reason to push any further, but this spot is quite difficult to try and save this AWP. The likelihood is we are going to see them hunting. CZ go. CZ go for sure. Snatchy, he is at least making this costly. Now, the T's don't have a huge amount of money. He's going to try and survive in the smoke. And, oh, he just about gets away with it. That's not bad. Now you look at the buy. He can actually drop a rifle over to PHR. Furlan can buy. Just Groovy and Tau. So whether or not they actually want to go for this. Yeah, they do. They're going to go for it. And Furlan's actually going to buy a glass cannon AWP as well. So, again, it's going to be crunch time for either side. A reset potential on either way. We've seen a 16-14, 16-13 game. Question is, which direction is this going? As said, one of these teams will make it straight through to playoffs. The other will have to play again. We'll be playing the winner of Sprout versus X-Tartus. Double AWP setup in, as said. T's yet to be able to get one onto the board. Can't quite afford it. Now we're going to see the T's just making their way up towards the stairs. Up toward the A-Hall's position. Do have a lurker in the form of Spallan, whose main goal will be to try and catch off rotations, maybe lurk in from behind. Do some damage there. However, the T's, ones who need to try and make their move. They lose this round once again, they'll be left in trouble. I've actually rotated a third player over towards this A side. That's probably because of the aggressive position of Snatchy. They're going to gamble a little bit here, and the CTs have got this spot on. Push is going to be coming up. Spallan just waiting patiently. Furlan now in onto the site, but already PHR is going to be going down. On the site lies Furlan, who's actually managed to pick up 2, and they may not expect Tao to be here. Groovy finds one more, and there he goes. They don't expect him at all. It's left all onto 1. Snatchy pushing into the site spot Spallan, and I don't think it matters. He'll get the kill anyway, but there was no time left on the clock. The T's once more will struggle. Hello, FX. How are you? Makalele retiring? What? Is that just a meme? I don't even know. Who is the worst caster? I think most of the guys casting in the top events are all good. I wouldn't say there's a worse one. There's different types of casting. But I think it's all, like, enjoyable. I don't think there's anybody at the top that doesn't deserve to be. Costa reads the chat, no way. What do you think about current VP form? It's sporadic. It's very random, and I think they need to find some consistency, and I wouldn't be surprised if things don't go well soon that we may see a second change. Thank you, Danny. I casted with Banks, like, once or twice, I think, on, like, some female stuff, but haven't casted too much with Banks, no. Nice guy, though. Get on with him. How is Envious looking now? Sketchy, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do at LAN. They brought up once again. Victor is going to be handed a rifle and been told to try and run the show. Bubble currently 6 and 17 seems to be the difference at the moment. He does have teammates stepping up, but they're going to need quite a bit more. Furlan looking to try and hold down this site alone, but PHR will eventually rotate in with some support. Cindio going to be going down, and Furlan hits the shot with the AWP, even gets the second as well. Furlan going ham at the moment. Spallan will eventually trade one back, but the bomb is left isolated. Support will be in from Punisher, trying to make it work with these pistols once again. Actually, he's managed to split through, but PHR is aware of the potential. Spallan looking to try and do the same will be met by Furlan, who stepped up in the last couple of rounds. And it's left all onto Ships. That's a 6 spray control, but it doesn't matter, as Tao will be there to close it. 14-9. Looking like the T's are just going to continue to force by. That means that AGO are more than set to take this over the line. JDM to Cena. Well, I doubt that's happening. Like, didn't Skadoodle just say he's back? Back with a vengeance. Even looking to bring his vests out. Like, what more do you need? Look at this, though. This is aggressive from PHR. Spots nobody. Judge is going to cause a rotation from Furlan back towards the B site, which, considering where the T's currently sit, that is a bit of a misread. Who do you think? I have no idea who VP needs to check. Like, I'll be honest, I don't know what will fix Virtus Pro. At least make them consistent. They'll still, like, upset tournament. Sure. What do you think about female CS? I think it's alright. I don't think it's near the level of a lot of the male teams, of course. And I would love to see mixed teams. I think that'd be cool. Here we go, though. T-side looking to try and run on towards this A side, and they are doing damage. Already managing to pick up a first. Retrieving themselves a rifle as well, which gives them a chance. They need to win this round. They need to try and steal this away. And at range is where they'll have their weaknesses. Bubble does have a rifle, so that's something at least. And Victor down below may be able to catch out one of these remaining players. However, the flank coming in should make things a little bit more tricky for that. Already, a little bit of damage done. Run around the corner, but here are the trades, and Victor gets 2. Groovy now going to be the only one remaining, and once again, it's looking like pistols are enough for Windigo. It's been a problem for AGO all the way through this match, and now their money gets reset as well. Once again, we're going to see some pistols brought in from AGO. Furlan actually saving for an AWP alongside PHR. And I like this. 20 kills the top player, 17 the bottom. It's impressive. And, well, boy, it would be 22 and 17 overall. But Bubbles kind of ruined that trend with having quite a severe underperformance. But a wake up from him could be exactly what they need. Do you think the CT should be nerfed? Nerfed, yes. What do you think about tactical pause? Great. Ready. Quick early trade, but they are going back towards the A site, and PHR is going to be the only man here. Or is he? I think he may have spotted some information. That's going to cause a rotation coming out from his team. A smoke? That's an interesting one, actually. Looking to just try and make things a bit more difficult. Tau already going to be pushed out, and well, if AGO can somehow steal this round away, the game is pretty much done. However, it's looking pretty unlikely. PHR going to be the only one left, and he'll be shut down. Windigo get themselves an 11th. Now the CTs don't really have a choice but to save themselves, so Windigo should at least be getting 12. What do you think about thinking? It's a good thing, I think. Eco and Simple play like gods, then what, against each other? Who knows? That would be an incredible game. Yeah, I think the fire rate is ridiculous. I think the fact that if a player with an AK and a player with a CZ start shooting each other, the likelihood the CZ is going to win, that's silly. Nice cleanup from Windigo. Fast round will get them their 12th. And build up economy if they are to be reset. Dual win DreamHack. I have absolutely no idea. Do you know League of Legends? Do you mean Blizzard want to create something similar to CS? I'd imagine they would. Which country fix matches the most? I have no idea. Thoughts on about Nip's form? I haven't seen them too much at LAN events, so it's difficult to say. Saw Simple stand in for Mouse Sports. I imagine that was pretty cool. It's Riot. Oh, whatever. It's the same thing, really. I don't play any of their games, so... Yeah, Riot, whatever. Thoughts on sandwiches? They're good. Here we go, though. Double op setup. They saved for this. They waited for this. See if it works out. Furlan's looked pretty beast with this AWP so far. Then again, his teammate PHR is only a little bit behind. It's going to be a bit of aggression also. PHR, interestingly... Oh, sorry, it's not PHR, it's Snatchy. I'm just being a potato. Here we go. Push coming forward. I'm going to find anything... yet. PHR is waiting in a fairly aggressive position. I thought Sticko was like ill or something. Like they said if he flew he was going to be in excruciating pain. I think that's what I read on Twitter. Best in Fnatic? Probably Crims. Yeah, that was it. Sticko had eye surgery. There you go. He was trying to find out how he could get a train. There we go. Furlan doesn't manage to connect the initial shot, but there will be multiple players here from the CT side. This is a definite chance for Windigo to get back into this one. PHR going to get the first. Trades back in. Victor with another. They've still got to clear Furlan from the site. He's just waiting, and the time is ticking away. If he can drop the bomb, that will be enough. A jump up here could do the damage. He's actually going to find the first kill. Waits for Victor, and Furlan is on fire. 3 kills from him in this round. He's the one to shut this down. Snatchy looks into the eye of his teammate and probably says, bro, that was sick. A bit like I've said about 45 times this cast. And, well, 15 to 12. Furlan on fire. But the T's definitely have the money to fight this back. Plenty of cash. Double AWP setup will remain, but the rest of the players will have some limitations to their buy. I think they have dropped a couple of rifles over, though, so it should make things easier. Why to Gambit not disband? Because I like their team. This is the last map. Yes, one of these teams has already got through to the playoffs. From this victory, the other will have to fight again tomorrow. Or maybe the day after. I'm not sure. Depends on scheduling. Here we go. GG or overtime? That is the question that I was going to say everybody here is asking, but there may be a few of you who are not. You may already know. Already, though, it's Furlan once again. He kicks things off with that AWP. He's been a monster in the last few rounds, looking to try and end it here and now. But he will fall eventually. Punisher is able to shut him down. Rotation already in from Groovy, looking to try and just use his utility to hold them back. But the bomb has gone alone. The rest of the team looking like they're trying to escape, and Punisher is just continuing to push. This battle is not pretty, and Punisher will close down Groovy. Eventually, Tao is there with the trade, and that's the bomb dropped. 50 seconds left on the clock as they look to try and retrieve it. Spallan already opens back up, leaving it into a 2v2. That's a nice peek from Snatchy, though, and leaves Spallan alone to try and save this for his team. He finds the first. It's all on to Tao. 30 seconds left on the clock. Spallan looking to try and retrieve the bomb, and he's going to go running. Sprinting back towards the B site. His opponent has absolutely no idea. He's going to completely turn this round onto its head. We may be going just that little bit further. Spallan is definitely going to have enough time, and surely Tao has to realize now. Not going to be this site, buddy. You need to go running back towards B. There we go. Bomb planted. Spallan even going to Molotov off the door, although Tao may go running through it, but the damage is done. He's going to die to the flames. Spallan will win the 1 versus 2, and Windigo will fight that little bit longer. And now the CTs, they have no cash. It's going to be that forced buy-in. Means that realistically overtime could be looming. They're not going to have much money going into the next round either. I think we'll be in onto Spallan. We've already seen plenty of rounds won by these pistols. Question is, can they do it again? 5-7 on Snatchy. Interesting. Minute left on the clock as the T's look to gather in towards this B site. Ruby up. Ready for the flank. Any sound that will be made be heard by this man. In the corner is Snatchy, but surely they're going to Molotov off this position. The only way is if they've already done it. He didn't spot it out. The flank is in. This could be absolutely perfect. Ruby gets 1, but can't quite net a second. I think he needed a little bit more than that. Tao is going to be there with a scout. Already manages to pick up a first. A few low players, but Ships is there to trade. Now it's left all onto the remaining 2. Bubble's been spotted. Bullet shot off, which will give information, but PA Charge looking to run into the site. Already picks up a first, but his teammate is just going to be there trapping him in. Maybe they won't expect Furlan because he is so close, but Spallan is there. 15-14, Windigo looking to try and take this to overtime. They're not ready to give up that playoff spot just yet. And now it has to be another force buy from AGO. They have no choice but to try and do the same again. Spallan 30-20 at the moment. Definitely having a stellar performance. Bubble still yet to show up, and a pretty even scoreboard for everybody on AGO. Only Furlan ahead. The question is, can they pull it off with such a limited buy? We've seen some incredible MP9 plays so far. Snatchy once again with the 5-7. But already Tau is going to be dropped. That scout will last no longer. Snatchy retrieves it, but I don't think that was really worth it in the end. Windigo, they are setting up to try and take this B site. Overtime looking incredibly likely at this point. It will need some sort of incredible play from somebody over on this AGO roster, and it just doesn't look to be coming. Flashbangs at least leaving them blind, but it doesn't matter. They're still finding the frags. Punisher closes down one more, and OT has to be coming at this point. Ruby looking to try and save them here, and Furlan's been great, but even he can't pull this back, and it is going to overtime. This series just doesn't want to end. 16-14, 16-13, and now we hit an OT in the final map. I think that's pretty fitting. This is where money no longer becomes an issue. It is going to be 16k MR3. As much money as you could possibly want. We'll see who is finally going to be able to end this series. Double AWP setup in has been great so far from the CT side. Furlan this time over towards that B plat position. He has to be careful. There's already been a push in over towards that spot, but Gruby will find it early on. Spallan dancing his way through. Actually, Tau is going to hear them drop. He has all the information, but this split is now coming in on towards the A site. Gruby going to get caught as he tries to jump into the window. And realistically, it's going to be over towards the players themselves on the A site. Spallan still going strong. He gets his 33rd kill. PHR trying to turn things back, but fails. And leaves a lot of it onto Snatchy. Knows that somebody has to go and retrieve that bomb. They go to Cross. He's going to hit the shot as well. Another kill for him with this AWP. Spots out Spallan as well. Also, there's a player down on the ramp who's looking to try and flank in and make things a little bit more difficult. Snatchy snaps and catches Victor. Now Spallan is all that remains. He has been excellent. And again, he's going to find another kill for his team. Furlan waiting patiently down the ramp. Spallan expecting him to push through long. It's going to go pushing. Maybe a little bit worried. 15 seconds left on the clock as he goes for the peak, and it's going to be Furlan to end it. 16-15 in favor of AGO. They will take themselves the first round of OT. Spallan is tanking it though. 34-21. It isn't quite enough as of yet. So a very close half either side. 8-7, so no real victor. Spallan, well, he's had enough of playing patiently. He's just going to go running in, looking to try and find those early picks. Isn't going to find anything just yet. It's going to be Furlan to actually take him down. That is not what they were looking for. They've lost their main man. The rest of the team are going to be pushing in, and Furlan just waiting. Finally misses a shot, but his opponent's completely blind. It makes no difference. Finally, again, they'll take him down, but they're already at a disadvantage. The wall of smokes will hold the CTs for now, and there's a long flank coming in on the back. This will be from Snatchy with the AWP. Victor, though, takes one head. The trade is in, and now it's all left on to Bubble. He's going to be spotted, and Snatchy pixel angle, but it's enough. Another round on the board for AGO, and it is another in the bank. Windigo will, of course, be able to buy, but the fact is, if AGO win all 3 of these rounds, they're going to be in real trouble. Your views on betting? It's not for me, but if people want to do it, then do it. Technical pause called. We'll see if it actually is. Who knows? That's the thing. I'm sure there's plenty of teams that have called technical pauses when it's actually a tactical. Not so much on LAN. $600,000 pauses. Yeah, that's quite a few. What do you think about Fragsters? A lot of potential, and I'm sort of hoping that they stick together as a unit. I think there's a huge chance that that team will just get torn apart. Especially, I believe Stown has just turned 16, so he's now allowed to play in a lot of the leagues that they play. And that means that there's a huge amount of potential that someone will try and steal him away. What do you think about Big? I'll be interested to see. Well, the rumors are that they're going to pick up Smooya, and then that could be very exciting. But I don't know how true a lot of those rumors are. What do you think about Rev Reserve? They seem like a decent up-and-coming team, but over the last month or so, they've been a bit sketchy. Obviously, playing a LAN event without their in-game leader was a problem. Are there no limits on pauses? No, they get 4 per game, but I think a lot of these have been technical. Thank you, Manel. I've enjoyed doing it, although my voice is starting to hurt at this point. So I'm hoping it doesn't last forever. Think about Serbian. I like Valiance. I think they're a good up-and-coming team, and I'm excited to see them at DreamHack. DZ thoughts broken. Here we go, though. Chance for the clean sweep from AGO. Take every single CT round. It will be an AWP onto Bubble, who, as said, he has been very quiet so far. Not the usual Bubble that we see. Aggressive push from Snatchy. I'm hoping there's a pot flash here. I'm hoping there's a pot flash. No, okay, Victor, don't need no pot flash. He's just going to dry peek it and take down his opponent. Already a decent start from the T's. Actually going to go rotating back. Now they're pushing into the hands of Furlan, who has definitely stepped up over the last few rounds. He's been excellent with this AWP. We'll see if he can do it once again. Hot flash out, but he's not going to miss that shot. It will leave him blind after the second. He is the only one there, and Spallan ends his life from a distance. Now the rotation has to come in from the remaining CTs. Not going to be spotting anything just yet. The bomb will be looking to go down in sight, and they have to watch out. Spallan's about. He's lurking in the back lines. Should make things very difficult on this retake, but a couple of kills come back in. In fact, all of his teammates are dead. Spallan has to try and hold on to this. He's all alone, and they're going to spot him out instantly. 18 to 15. Excellent CT side. And now, all that is needed from AGO on the T side is 1. Here we go, though. They need to do the clean sweep straight back. Bubble and Spallan will be onto the AWPs, and Spallan has just been dunked down 52 HP. Not the best of starts, not the best of times, and Windigo, after a strong resurgence, are now meeting the full wrath of AGO. The Polish side looking to try and end this here and now. Punisher is going to be waiting up close. Spallan with the AWP. They pulled in, as said, a double op setup of their own. Still, minute left on the clock. Bomb's still lurking behind, but it is going to be a hit towards this A site. Spallan looking to try and peek in towards long. The problem is the majority are going to be pushing up the ramp. He doesn't connect the shot, and Furlan will continue his reign of terror, at least for now. Spallan on the site has a lot of work left to do, and the double AWP setup may not be the best if it comes down to a retake. The question is, will they have anyone left for a retake already? Spallan up above manages one, but Furlan is still going strong. Finally, someone deals with him, but it's all left onto AWPs. But look where the bomb's dropped. That's a problem. Or maybe it's not. Tau finds one. Snatchy ends it. It is going to be AGO taking this in a 2-0 fashion. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for tonight. I am dead. I'm exhausted. I don't know about you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Either way, if you have, you can type !caster. And yeah, we will be back again tomorrow with some more of the Starladder qualification. Either way, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you again soon. Peace out.